Hey guys, got another update here. I'm gonna make it short as I can. So Matthews, I hooked up to you. Well, I was dreaming. I ended up beside you. The dream. This is the second time I had this dream, but the first time I was only looking at the stars. I didn't see you, but I was at the same exact place, and this time I'm looking at a group of stars, and I didn't know what it meant. I'm just saying it's odd that I'm seeing a group of stars in this area of the sky. Then you came and you said, "Come here, look, come here, look." You took a little mag light and you shined it underneath the trees, and then you started backing off and you gave me the flashlight. And so I started looking underneath the trees and I saw a little light, like a reflector light. And the more I shone the light on it, the more that light shone back. I don't know. I turned off the light and it was still shining. So anyway, then two more lights showed up. One ET came out. The gray alien. He's poking on the ground, like looking at me, poking the ground. And two more lights came. Another ET came out, and then another ET came out of the other light. He was bigger than all three of them. He came out, walked right up, about 10 feet away from me, and threw a ball of light, and it hit me in the face. Then I walked over to you, your brother, or another person, about your same height, more or less. I don't know, I can't remember. Yeah, you looked like you, but I wasn't paying attention to him. You were pinned up against a tree to protect you. I think it was a tree. Your chest was right up against a tree, and the guy was right behind you, like almost hugging you to protect you. And I knew that. And so I looked at you, and you were looking at me, and I said, "Thanks, man, mate. That's awesome. Good work. Good job." Like that. And that's what I said to you. And then I woke up, wrote it all down, and made a video. So anyway, after that experience, a little while later, I could hear Christ talking, so I checked out and I talked to him, and I said, "You got anything on Matthew's dream there I had with Matthews?" Oh, and I sent Christ to you to make sure you're all right. So whatever, I don't know. He just punches in your name and goes and looks or hooks up to you and checks you out, make sure you're all right. So I asked Christ, I go, "What the hell? Did you figure out what that dream was about?" Christ said, "Yes." And he actually wanted to talk to me about it, because they're all going, "Christ wants to talk to you." And that's why I went and put in my earplugs to listen. And so Christ said about the dream with Matthews, that the information Matthews gave you was this, that he was showing you about the Grey ETs. Okay? I don't know, I'm worried about my ETs. I ain't really worried about the Greys. I mean, I read all kinds of shit on the internet, right? And I have feelings, and I get tingles for certain subjects. That's truth to me. I don't know. Anyway, this really freaked me out, because it was a message from you telling me what you know. Your spirit is telling me, because you see this, and so your spirit, we hook up and you tell me, and then I make videos about it, and Chris gets the information, whatever. So anyway, you know how it works. How did it go now? What did he say? I asked him, I wrote a sketch. I can't even read my own writing here, so give me a break. Alright, not you, everybody. Hey, what? Okay, Grace said, it's a long-term project, and what the Grey ETs want, and why the ET was pointing at the Earth, was saying they want to take over the Earth, but they're doing it this way. They want to take over the Earth and have it as their own. They want to become us, but they can't be us. So what they're doing is they're doing genetics, where they take our DNA, mix it with their DNA, tweak it up a whole bunch, and are creating hybrids Okay? And they're going to slowly implement that on the earth, where they will be able to be born into bodies. And I asked him, okay, well, I go, and this is not going to happen fast. I go, well, when's this taking? And he goes, they're doing it right now. They're doing it right now, and it's going to take another 3 generations of people before it even starts to be seen. Well, it's starting to be seen now because people are revealing their experiences. But he says ain't nothing going to happen for a long time. So you'll be dead and reborn 3 or 4 times before any war starts or anything. So forget about it. And so it's going to be 1,000 years before the human race starts fighting back. We already are fighting back, but it's like 1% out of 100. All right. Something like that. And he goes, I go, well, how does JC feel about this? Like Christ, what does Christ feel like? And he goes, well, we're at war with him. And I'm like, you're at war with him in the spirit world and the physical? And he goes, both. So there you go. And now I don't know if they're having war in outer space, physical, but in the spirit world, all these gray things and people, factions working with the grays, that's going on. I bet. He didn't say that, but I bet it is. They're at war in spirit world with them. And he also said, and the Greys at this point, I go, well, the Grey aliens, do they have souls? And he goes, not as you know it, not as like us. So I go, like the elementals, and he goes, yeah, they're sort of like that, but he goes, also they're artificial intelligence. They're artificial intelligence, but they're also physical matter. They're physical matter with a bunch of fucking computer chips and shit running them in them. And the souls they got are not like our souls. They're different. Some weird way, I don't know. He didn't go into it. He said, maybe I'll dream about it. But the souls that they have that are incarnated in the bodies, they don't like it. They like what we got. And they're trying to make it. But what we got only lives in this environment. And they want to move in, so they got to change the human genetic structure so they can come in, and that's what they're doing. And pretty soon they're going to slowly take over the planet with their souls instead of Christian souls or other people's souls or inner light God souls like us, and slowly kick us out and take over the planet. Over 1,000 fucking years. But to them, it's nothing, right? And maybe I'll go faster, who knows? Probable realities and stuff. Probable realities and all. So I asked him about the stars that I saw in the groups of the sky, and I go, well, none of them were moving. They look like stars in the central part of the sky. And I go, is that representing all the planets they lived on or have taken over? Are those all the planets they've taken over out into space? Like, representing all the planets? And he goes, no, they're probably spacecraft. And I'm like, really? Spacecraft? Why all in one area of the sky? And I go, I didn't see any of the lights moving. I didn't see any of the lights moving. In the dream, there was no lights moving. They were all clustered in one area of the sky above the tree. It was, okay, the tree, lights in the sky, shining, a group of them above the tree, but in outer space. I thought there were stars. Underneath the tree, 3 balls of light turned into extraterrestrials. Look at that. Look at that. Think about that. Tree of life. Okay? What do you think the fucking Christmas tree is all about? Christmas tree. It's the chakra points, the tree. It's all the chakra points. Not all the chakras. If you line them all up, it makes a Christmas tree. That's where the Christmas tree came from. Supposedly, that's what Christ says. But you ask anybody else in any other religion, and they'll just tell you whatever they want. So that's a little tidbit of my information that I got updated. That's it. So I have to think about the tree of life. Now, why would the tree? It was like a pine tree. No, it wasn't. It was like a ash. It was night, but it was rounded like that. So it was a hardwood tree, and it's above. Lights were above the tree. 3 lights underneath the tree. Down the roots, not in the roots, but at the trunk of the tree. What does that mean? I'm gonna throw that around in my noodle for a while, see what I get. I'll ask Chris about it too. Interesting. So I don't know what the lights in the sky meant. If it was all the planets they have taken over, I have no idea. Or was it? I gotta throw it around my head. See, yeah, my spirit was already talking to Christ about the tree, the lights above it, and the 3 aliens below it. And the alien was taking over the earth. So they're changing our genetics so they can move in. For some reason, they don't like the bodies we have now. They got to change it to their format, our bodies to their format, so they can come in and do whatever the fuck they're gonna do. And that's how they're slowly taking over. Now, Christ consciousness, Christians at war with them. This ain't my guys, okay? My ETs don't do this shit. And if they're doing it for different reasons. They're taking over. Christ talks to my guys, all right? They're all universal fucking law shit. They don't do that. And but the Greys. So you Grey worshippers out there living in Zero, good luck with that. Anyway, I've been watching Battlestar Galactica when I had this from Matthews, this dream from Matthews. And I'm getting a ring from Battlestar Galactica. The same scenario that happened in Battlestar Galactica, where the Cylons became human. That's it. If you watch the series of Battlestar Galactica, I think there's 4 or 5 seasons. If you watch that series, and you see they got the pylons, the Cylon robots, then they got the Cylons that are human, right? Awesome stuff. And then all of a sudden, here I am talking to Matthews about the Grey ETs, and I had that dream with him. We were actually astral traveling and talking to his soul, but it was all a dream for me to get representation of what the Greys are doing. That he knew that's true from spirit to spirit. I confirmed it with Christ. He gave me a little more information. But it's all because of Matthews, so right on, bro. Awesome stuff. And hey, I gotta figure out what that is. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll update you when I figure it out. I'll ask Christ too. Okay.